The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So on Friday we had a team lunch, which is a bit of fun, wasn't it?
nice.
Yeah, we just went down to Found, just in Subiaco here. That's a nice little brewery, isn't
Everyone
it?
knows
yeah.
Shaun.
Really
Everyone just comes up. Hey, Shawnee,
Hello.
how are you?
Oh, mate, I set that up beforehand to make myself look popular. Don't worry about that.
Oh, well, let's not gloss over the fact that I fell over.
Did you?
Yes.
I missed that.
Because the polished concrete floor, new shoes.
New shoes, who
walking
did?
out of the toilets, just coming back from the toilets, just having a great time, just going bang straight over, and didn't break a bone. So let's.
Well done.
We
Thank
should
you.
celebrate that because that's the first time. You do hit the skids regularly on and out.
I do, and I
yeah.
often do hurt myself. And I'm like, my wrist is a little bit sore, and normally that means I've broken 6 bones. But no, it's good as gold. Good as gold.
Great.
I'm all okay. This is unheard of. I know,
It's
things
very-
are looking up. So,
very
and then
rare.
after that, well, Shaun, there was a moment when you thought it'd be a great idea to start buying spicy mugs.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shit, I forgot about that.
Bella, who answers the phones when you call her through, our assistant producer, she said that was the end of her.
Oh.
That was their steady decline was the spicy mugs because she doesn't do tequila. And then we decided to kick on. Some of us moved on to the Foreign Office, a new bar in Subiaco.
Yeah, that was your idea, Natalie.
Yeah, because I know the owner, Simon, and he's a massive Wildcats fan. I said, we need to debrief about Bryce. And he
that's
went,
right.
come down. And so we came down, and then all hell was breaking loose, wasn't it? There were bottles of champagne being sabred open. Simon's like, I'll get a bottle of Chablis, and he goes off and gets Chablis, and there was just free flowing, and we go, this is living. And True, so you were there?
And boy, was it living. This is one of the first times I've gone to a little function with you guys
Yeah.
as guests and really got on the beers. And yes, spicy margaritas was about the last thing I actually do remember.
Yeah.
After that, we were, but
Yeah, it was
really
nice.
nice in there.
And I woke up on Saturday, and this is the message that I sent to Simon, because, so this was, when did I send this? Saturday afternoon. I said 3:18 p.m. That's not when I woke
When you
up.
finally got out of bed.
I did wake up earlier. I said, I feel like I might have skipped out without paying the bill last night. Is this the case? Am I ever allowed back? And when I say I feel like I might have skipped out, I know that I didn't pay anything as I left. Now, there were still some people from Nova there, so I'm not sure if they got landed with the bill. True, so you were
Oh,
still there.
no.
Did you have to pay a lot of money?
God, I hope not. I don't think I did. I'll quickly check, but I don't know. I don't remember you leaving, and only sort of vaguely remember myself leaving. So let me just see.
We didn't leave together, everybody.
No.
Checking the bank account.
Checking the bank account.
Gosh, I hope not.
The fact you don't know this off the cuff is worrying about your state.
It is a little low too.
We might have left because you'd have been the last man standing,
Yeah,
literally.
I thought if anybody's going to be stuck with the bill, it'd be you.
Happily, no.
Not
it's
you,
that low
okay.
normally. So,
which-
luckily, I was thinking just then, geez, rent's tomorrow. If I had, because there was oysters there.
It was happening.
Fancy place.
No,
not me.
Because I'm still scarred from the Nova Entertainment Awards were held in Sydney. We're all staying at the same hotel, and
Yep,
then we all
yep.
went off to the function. And I'm just about to leave, and we're having drinks in the bar beforehand. And the guy comes up to me and says, "Oh, somebody needs to pay for this." Everyone was ordering bottles of champagne and having a great old
Someone
time.
needs to pay for
This chump had to pay for it.
How much was it?
Everybody, several $100s. Yeah. No, you all had a good time on me. Don't worry about it.
I'm normally on the other side of things. So when Andrew Brayshaw paid for my
Shopping.
with my shopping,
Your groceries, yeah.
and a couple of times when I've been at the Padma, I remember this. They used to have a all-you-can-eat Japanese night
Yes.
at the hotel estate in Bali, and so we went there. And this happened twice, where I ate so much food and obviously drank so much that
You just had
I
to
just
leave.
walked off.
Yes.
And later on, like the next day, towards the end of the day, these people have come up to me,
Mr. San,
Mr.
Mr.
San, yeah, you didn't pay last night. I'm like, what? You didn't pay? Oh,
It's all
again.
inclusive, isn't it? What's happening at this resort?
I just walk out.
the McManus effect.
And that time at Coles, I've got a heap of stories. There was another time at Coles, I went to, there's a sushi place, and I got my shopping, and I went over to the sushi place, and I was just getting some teriyaki rolls, and this person comes over and asked me to come back to Coles.
No, but when she came over, what did you think she was asking for?
I thought they were asking if I could come and meet someone, say hello, sign an autograph.
Get a
or something.
photo.
Get a photo. All of the above. Nothing else occurred to me. That was the occasion. Oh, you haven't paid.
You didn't pay for sushi shopping at the
Again?
self-checkout.
You walk past
Seriously.
the cashier.
No, they self-checkout. So he
Still-
self-checked out
Yeah.
and then just didn't pay. He did it all except for the paying bit,
Except for the most important bit.
which he's done twice.
yeah.
And one time Andrew Brayshaw paid it, but the other time she had to drag him out of the sushi
So you
shop
can
by his
be
ear.
stuck with the bill or you just don't pay it.
Yeah.
Nicola's in Piara Waters. G'day, Nicola.
Hey, how you going?
Good.
What happened, Nicola?
Good. I wasn't left with the bill, but we left without paying.
Yes.
So me and a girlfriend took our daughters to one of the AFLW Freo games.
Yeah.
And I thought we'll go there and have dinner afterwards at Pizza Dollaroma.
Yeah.
You know, I had those tables outside.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're sitting at one of the tables outside, just about finished our meals, and these two women started brawling down the Cappuccino Strip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ended up in front of our table, in front of the restaurant. So instead of just running in there, we just grabbed the girls and dragged them to the car and went home. And then obviously went home, forgot we hadn't paid the bill because we were in so much of a rush. To get the
Yeah,
girls
I
there.
can imagine.
Yeah, you're avoiding
Yeah,
a
so-
brawl. Yeah.
Yeah, so we obviously I rang them when we got home and paid over the phone. But yeah, feeling a bit embarrassed too. But yeah.
Pretty good
Oh,
excuse.
understandably.
Pretty good
Yeah.
excuse.
That is a good excuse to dodge the bill. Oh, you meant,
Yeah.
but then pay it later, obviously.
I tell you what, if you get a Parmigiana and spaghetti there, it is enormous. By the way, it's
It's going to weigh you down if you're running away from a brawl. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Nicola. You're a good person because you fixed it up later. Nadia, hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
Great, Nadia. Now, did you run away from the bill or were you stuck with it?
We got stuck with the bill.
Okay, run us through it. What happened?
So we went and myself and my husband went and met his twin sister and her boyfriend for dinner. And it was quite a big restaurant. And at the end they said, oh, don't worry, guys, we'll get the bill. And they were leaving. We still had a few drinks to finish. And they said, we'll get the bill, said our goodbyes. And we saw them walking over to the till and looking at us. They're waving. They're chatting to the person taking the money. And they leave. So we finish our drink, go to leave, and the people, we had to walk past the till to leave.
Yeah.
And they went, excuse me, you haven't paid the bill. I went, what? They've paid the bill, the guys that left. They said, no. They told us you were getting it.
oh.
And this is your husband's twin sister, so it's not like
His
somebody
twin
you're
sister.
never going to see again.
Oh, they'll get the bill.
What are they doing?
Oh, my God.
Why would you say that? Did they think they were being funny, that it was a prank? Is that what they thought?
Well, I to this day, I'm still not sure if it was him that led her to do it, the boyfriend, who's not existent anymore, or she swears that she didn't know. She assumed he was paying the bill. But yeah, it was in England, so it was £150, $300.
Oh.
And then there's us waving, we're waving, thinking, oh, thanks, guys, you've got the bill.
work.
Yeah.
And really, they're saying to those guys over there, they're going to get it.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, that's a stiff
That's a
one.
low blow, isn't it? That's outrageous. And it's your twin. Extraordinary.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Nadia. Kaylee's in Merriwa. Hi, Kaylee.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, Kaylee.
Kales. Okay. Talk to us. What happened?
So I was on a date and it was going really, really well. It was at this fancy restaurant, had a couple of drinks, whatnot. He got a phone call saying, oh, this is my work, I've got to take this. And I was like, okay, not a problem. Texted my friend saying, oh, this is going really, really well. I'm really, really into this guy. Anyway, half an hour later, still hasn't returned. Hour later, still hasn't returned. So I got
Kylie.
stuck with an almost $400 restaurant bill.
Oh, what a wank car. Can I
Yeah.
say that? Because
Yeah.
that's
I think you
absolutely
did.
disgusting.
He was, yeah.
That's such
That's a low blow.
low
Don't
act.
be
So
such a
low.
massive coward. What are you doing?
Coward, so he didn't even say bye. He didn't say, I've got to go. He just...
No,
said, "I've got to take this
just,
work call."
Oh, sorry, work is calling me. I got to take this.
And
I
was
okay,
he
no
like a
worries.
heart transplant surgeon or something? Because if it's that, then it might be
he
an
was.
emergency.
He was a doctor, yes. So that's what
Oh,
I
then
just
it's okay.
assumed. So yeah.
Okay, did you hear from him? Did he give you an excuse?
Nothing.
Never
he
again.
blocked me, ghosted me,
No.
everything.
No.
It was
Also,
just, yeah.
also he wasn't a doctor. If that's the case.
Yeah, a $400 bill.
Yeah.
So he's eaten and
Yeah.
drunk and with an intention of doing a
I
runner.
couldn't pay rent the next week, that's for sure.
Oh,
Kaylee.
Kaylee, that's horrible.
That is awful.
That's very not cool.
Don't do that, people.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So I have succumbed to marketing. I was at our local good grocer yesterday,
Yes.
Shaun, and out the front on a little sandwich board in chalk, it said, "We have Dubai chocolate." And I went, well, and it
It's
said,
international.
it will limited supply. Get it before it goes.
What's
Something
Dubai
like that.
chocolate? Is it what makes it fancy?
Natalie.
Everybody is talking about Dubai chocolate.
Wow.
Are you not on the
I have
Dubai chocolate zeitgeist?
Have not heard it.
Sorry,
Sean.
you are sounding like my good friend Nathan.
I know,
Morris here.
I know. Well, I succumbed and I bought it. So here we have
Pulls it out of her pocket.
Dubai chocolate. So it's got pistachio in it. And everybody's raving. Shall we test it together?
Are you right? I heard you're allergic to nuts.
Now, and then once we've tasted it, I'll tell you how much I paid for this.
Okay. It's not one of the
geez.
spicy things or sour things.
No. But everybody's buying it at the moment. Everybody's raving about Dubai chocolate.
Big bloody lot.
Yeah, it's thick, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you want all of that, or do you want to break that?
No,
in
I
half
better
and
break
give
that
some to
down
Rob?
now.
It's like a sandwich.
Body's a temple.
Yeah.
It is big.
Last night I had
Solid.
a maxi bomb.
All right, we're doing this.
Okay, we're going in.
Okay. It's got
Oh.
filling.
It's got a big feeling of pistachio.
It's got
Pistachio,
creamy pistachio.
Yeah.
and it's got little crispy bits in there as well.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind it
That's
either.
pretty good, isn't it?
Dubai
Would you
Gold.
pay for this block of chocolate? How much would you pay?
Well, I think
That
Cadbury's
big.
at the moment, Nat's around $5.
Yeah.
At Woolies.
Yep.
I go to 7.
It's from Dubai.
Import.
Yeah, you're gonna be close. You're gonna be closer to 9, aren't you?
Yeah, $24.99.
Oh!
So I'm going to need that bit back, and I'm going to.
Could resell this.
And the girl at the checkout said, "Oh, that because the boss is from Dubai or something," and he said, "Over there, this costs $3." Oh, well, they saw us coming, didn't they?
20 what?
$24.99, Sean, for that
$25
block of chocolate. It-
How
and
the
it
other
is-
half?
And it was limited.
Yeah, because they don't have an unending supply. That's 200 grams of it.
Wow.
That's like a $4 bite we just had.
I mean, it's nice, but I don't think I'd spend $25 on it again.
Well, you did.
Again, yeah.
Again,
Oh,
I
I
did
know what
this
you're
for
doing.
us. I didn't get the receipt, so I'm not even tax deducting it.
That is a rookie mistake, my friend. I thought you were better than that.
So I
Actually, you don't need the
paid
receipt.
$3 for it, but
Anything under $100, you don't need a receipt. By the way, write that down, everyone.
you are
It's
not
true
a tax
story.
accountant, so I wouldn't take your word for it. So there we go. We've now we know Dubai chocolate. It's all right, isn't it? It is actually nice.
$24.
But I don't think I'd $25. I don't think I'd pay $25
My God.
again.
Thank you, though,
Mate.
for the expensive chocolate.
You're still shoving it in your gob.
Bloody
aren't
hell,
you?
I don't know how expensive it is.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I was at the Heart Kids Gala Ball on Saturday night. Great event. They raise a lot of money.
They do, Ross.
They do great work.
Yeah, brilliant community. I ran into the CEO of Perth Glory, Anthony Radisson.
name drop.
Well,
What?
he's a really nice guy, and he got me on board a couple of years ago to be the ground announcer for the Perth Glory.
Oh,
Good
yes.
stuff, Ross.
Which I love, and it's like there's nothing like. I know they didn't have a great season, but the atmosphere, they got the shed there who
yeah.
chant top to
It's
tail.
amazing, isn't it?
And they do some things that aren't very PG rated, which makes it hilarious.
No.
But my wife reminded me of the time that I filled in for Perth Glory. This is about 10 years ago, and it was the biggest fail of my professional career because what happened was I was filling in for Sam Mack, right? Sam Mack, he used to
Yes.
be the ground announcer, who's now the weather guy
Yeah.
on Channel 7.
Yes.
And he gave me the wrong time. So the deal with the ground announcer is you get there and you got to introduce the players, right?
Yeah.
Now, current players at the moment, like, you know, got Kayla Majeka-Dunmi, you got names like that.
That's a whole lot of letters when you're seeing their name for the first time.
There's a lot of syllables, and they're often they're written not how they sound.
Yeah, okay.
So I get there, and I was late. I walk in the studio booth overlooking HBF Park, and the girl goes, "You're late. You got to
Here's your microphone. Off you go.
you got to introduce the 40 players who I've never seen before on the mic right now. Sit down." Gave me a list of the players and turned the microphone on for me, and I had to introduce them, and it was horrendous. Within 7, and again, as I said,
Because none of them were Sam Kerr, were they? That would be a good
Joel
one.
Smith.
I would have loved a Smith in there. There was
Yes.
not. And not having seen it, within 7 seconds, I was like sweating. And the room was full of about 4 or 5 people within this room as I do this. And I haven't met any of them. And you got a crowd there listening to this idiot try to pronounce names he's never seen before. And after I butchered through the 20 players or so, we turned the mics off, and she just goes, "Maybe we'll practice that next time." before we do it."
And you're like, next time? You actually do this
You're going to ask me
next
back?
time?
That was the very first thing, and then I had to do the whole game, and so it didn't go great, and I never got brought back until they had a complete change of management and they forgot about the guy who screwed up, and now I do it years later. But
because we know how much when you are, because you do a lot of emceeing and this sort of stuff, and and awards nights and things like that,
Yeah.
and we know how much preparation you put in
It is
to
because-
learning the names and making sure you say them right.
it is exactly because of this Perth Glory thing. I never wanted to have that happen again. Bella my wife said, if you tell this story, you got to add in that you had blonde tips as well at the time. Which,
I mean, that is an important.
Well, there you
fact.
go. And since
Yeah.
then, you got rid of them.
Yeah.
You can
Now
sound
you're
out the
better at your
names
job.
now.
I try really hard, as you guys all know.
Ross, was that a real stumble? Did you stumble through the names, or did you just try to rattle off something in your mind that...
Complete stumble, guessing, and it was just a butchering. What I wanted to talk about is, did you...
Has anybody got a job for him?
with easy names, should you not have hired them, right? So back then, they shouldn't have hired me for that one. It worked out well now, but like I wanted like stories about, maybe you shouldn't have hired the tradie, or maybe it was a DJ that they really screwed the gig.
And if you're the
they can
person,
do
if you're
that,
the person
yeah.
and you were thrown into this job and you know you did a really rotten job, we'll take it from your side too.
I understand that side.
Yeah. So yeah.
she was telling that there's someone who stepped in to do an MC job for you one time.
Yeah, this is a ripper. I was meant to host the Melanoma WA Ball.
Okay.
I couldn't do it for some reason, and another radio host, I won't say who it was, filled in for me. And the only thing is, she was incredibly sunburned.
At the melanoma ball.
And she hosted it.
That's that's bad. That's
Yeah.
a bad choice. Alicia's in Armidale. Morning, Alicia.
Morning.
Hey, Alicia.
Okay, did somebody just do a really bad job? What happened?
Yeah, it was my celebrant. She seemed so amazing, but all ceremony she kept calling me the wrong name.
No
Like,
way.
it was Alyssa, Elise, Elisha. My maid of honour at one point just started saying Alicia straight after she said it.
Yep. And multiple different
Had she
names.
gotten all the
Alicia.
champagnes or something? What was happening, Alicia?
I don't know, but then she got our birth certificate, like our information wrong
Yes.
on the marriage cert.
Oh.
So I had to have that redone.
Did it take away from the day, or were you okay with
Or
it?
did it add to it?
Yeah.
It kind of made me really mad because
It's your day.
really
You've only got,
annoying.
it's your day.
We've met her multiple times.
And also she had one job.
One job.
One job,
Yeah.
and
That's
that's
my
to
name.
marry the two people
Alicia.
in front of her and you call them by the right name.
And by the way, you've got it written on a piece of paper in front of you.
Yeah.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Did you pull her up at all, or you just let it slide?
I multiple times started writing a review and then deleted it. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You went to, yeah.
Anyway, sorry about that, Elisha.
Eliza.
Andrew's in Kelmscott. Morning, Andrew.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Now,
Good, Andrew.
Who did the terrible job, Andrew?
We got a tradie in about a month ago, and I was doing some home renos, and I got a Bunnings door, so he's put the door on back to front. The lock wasn't working as well. That was all kind of he installed that. That was no good. But the cliffhanger was in our lounge. We got a door latch put on, so the door latch was upside down. Well, I had to turn the latch up to get the door open.
Yes.
And the actual latch was a bit of plastic. I said, dude, look, just go home. Like, you got an ABN number. And I thought the missus is coming home in half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in a world of pain.
Yes. Yes.
You can answer to
And I'm
her.
like upside down with to lift the door. You normally pull the door latch down. I had to pull it up. It was like an Irishman had come and done it.
Well,
It was one of the. It was like a booby trap, so that
It was,
burglars
yeah,
can't
and
get
I
out. You know what I mean? They might be able to get in, but they can't get out again.
I thought I'll take a chance on a tradie, and I thought you got an ABN number, so it's got to be fairly legit.
yeah, it has to be.
And I'm like,
Anyone can get an
dude, like,
ABN number, though.
Where have you come from?
Pay it?
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
What did he charge you?
Well, he was, I gave him some money, and then I asked for the money back, and then I had to get another tradie to do the job properly. And
Yeah.
that was about $200. So
Yeah.
it was one of those days,
Yeah.
No, feel your
Cost you
pain.
twice as much and didn't get the job done.
Thanks, Andrew. Dave's in Woodvale. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, guys. How are we all?
Great, Dave. What have you got for us?
All right. So a few years ago, me and the ex-wife, or wife at the time, obviously got invited to a wedding in Phuket.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And the bride wanted me to do the emceeing. I've, dealt with a lot of people over the years, and I don't mind standing up in front of people
Yep.
and having a chat. So that was all good. It was an Italian wedding, so I I didn't know really anyone there apart from the bride and groom.
Yep.
And anyhow, so the emceeing, that's fine. The Italian boys, they didn't really warm to me too much. I wasn't part of the group. I didn't know anyone. So that was cool. Didn't bother me.
Yep.
Anyhow, so I come to speeches, right? And the groom stands up. He's got a piece of paper in front of him. And, mate, this bloke is shaking like a leaf. His knees are shaking. The paper's shaking.
Yeah.
He got 1.5 sentences in, and this is in front of his whole family and friends, and has to sit down. He can't do anymore.
He just
just gave up.
Emotion.
Did you just sit down and say something?
Absolutely gave up. It was either that or he was going to pass out.
Oh, I feel for him.
And I'm thinking, geez, this is going well. And anyway, so I'm in hysterics. I'm just laughing my ass off, right?
Yeah.
Anyhow, and then the groom stands up, and I have to say, these boys, they're great at their jobs, but they did not finish year 9. You know,
Okay.
Straight out working. These boys can read, write, anything. Anyhow, the best man stands up. He was even worse. Like, this bloke said 3 words and had to sit down.
Did they just sit down mid-sentence, or do they say, sorry, I can't do it?
Mid-sentence. Did not even finish anything. And, again, shaking like a leaf, white as a ghost. And I'm like, I've got to stand up. All right, so I start talking again. You know, go for about another 5 minutes or so, and then I just said, all right, we've had enough. Let's just get stuck into the drinks now. So I walk out the back after everything sort of cooled off and everything. And I've never been better friends with an Italian group of boys after that.
There you go.
They loved
You saved them. Saved the day.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess. But, I just thought it was just people standing up in front of their own family.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that one, but that was all right. It was a great wedding, and yeah.
Well done. Well, I mean, you've got to take control being the
a
MC.
beautiful story, Dave, and you're the hero. Well done.
Always the hero. Thanks, Dave.
Dave.
Good on you, Dave. Thank you. Melody's in Marangaroo. Hello.
Morning, guys.
Hi, Mel. Okay, we're talking about when somebody just did a terrible job. What have you got for us?
So, a couple of years ago now, my husband and I decided to get married.
Beautiful.
And it was both of our second weddings. So we wanted something a little bit more laid back than pompous of the first one.
Yeah.
And we had a friend at the time who told us that they'd used to do photography and, you know, they would love to get back into it, and could they do our wedding for us?
Okay.
So we agreed, and it was a very hard thing for my husband because he's actually a photographer himself.
Okay.
So our wedding day came, and we'd said to her, look, you know, we just went to the Perth Registry office and then to the park across the road, and we didn't want anything too, you know, over the top, just a few relaxed things. And we did our photos, and a few times I had to sort of say to her, no, look, that's it now, because, you know, I didn't want to go stand in the garden bed in a white gown while it was cold and wet.
And sprinklers are on.
But a couple of weeks later, we sort of messaged her and said, oh, you know, can we have a bit of a preview, or, you know, and I think about a week later, we finally got a couple of photos through as a preview, and they weren't the greatest of shots. They were either overexposed or underexposed, or people's heads or feet were cut out.
And that's the best photos.
Half the body cut out.
Yes.
And a few more weeks went by, and we still hadn't got any photos. And eventually we end up having to ask her if we could just have the raw images.
Yeah.
And my husband would actually edit them. And unfortunately, we didn't end up getting a huge amount of photos because they were that bad that even he couldn't save them.
Is it that hard?
Like, no, it's not. And I mean, these cameras autofocus. Like, that's half the battle.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Amazing.
Yeah, but if you have them, if you fiddle with the lighting settings and things like that, it does stuff it.
Did you still have the friendship, and did you pay him?
We did pay them, but we didn't pay a huge amount.
No.
Yep.
And no, we don't have a friendship.
No. That would be the end of it, I would think. Thanks, Mel.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.